everyone, welcome back to a new cooking episode on my channel. My name is Fumalaya. This week I'll be showing you my take on a Middle Eastern stir-fried minced meat with eggs. Before we start, please give this video a thumbs up. Also click on the red subscribe button on the right side of this video. That way you're supporting my channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. FYI, I filmed this video yesterday evening, hence the dark background, so I apologize for the clarity of this video. These are the ingredients that I'll be using in today's cooking. Half a pound of minced lamb and veal, half a cup of chopped onions, about 6 to 7 cherry tomatoes, quarter of a cup of pine nuts, 3 minced garlic, 1/8 of a cup of toasted pistachio, a teaspoon of sumac. Also, I'll be using a teaspoon of cumin. I love cumin. And also a tablespoon of chopped preserved lemon. I'll be using about 3 tablespoons of olive oil, 3 tablespoons of tahini paste or less, salt to taste and pepper to taste, 2 tablespoons of harisa paste, and about 2 tablespoons of coriander leaves, and lastly half a cup of Greek yogurt. Add the oil in a thick bottom fry pan like so over a medium heat. Stir in the onions and garlic. Then in goes the garlic. At this point you can reduce the heat so that you don't burn the garlic. It takes about 2 to 3 minutes for that to really soften. Be careful not to burn the garlic. Then stir in the minced lamb and veal and fry for about 5 to 6 minutes. At this point, add a teaspoon of sumac and a teaspoon of cumin, which I did by eye. Should be it. Then a pinch of salt and pepper to taste. Then stir everything together and allow to simmer for about 1 minute. Then switch off the heat and set aside while you toast the pine nuts and the pistachio. The pine nuts, and this should take about a minute also. Stir it in to the minced meat and set aside. Toast the pistachio for about a minute or so, and then stir it into the minced meat and also set aside. In goes into the minced meat a tablespoon of chopped preserved lemon and 2 tablespoons of harisas, which I did by eye actually. You can measure if you want. And you can also add more later if you feel it is not enough. At this point, you can set it aside until when you're ready to serve. And while the meat is resting, heat a tablespoon of olive oil in a medium-sized pan. Set over a high heat. And once it's piping hot, add the cherry tomatoes and cook for 5 to 6 minutes or more. As you can see right here. So switch off the heat and set aside. The next stage is to whisk together the yogurt, the tahini sauce, a quarter of a cup of water, and half a tablespoon of lemon, which is optional, together. And at this point, it is also about preference, personal preference. You can add more or less of yogurt or tahini. But because I have sensitive teeth, I usually use less lemon. Whisk that all together. And that's the thick, creamy yogurt sauce. The next step is to reheat the meat by adding chicken stock, beef stock, water, or whatever you fancy. Then bring to a boil. This should take about a minute or so. To add the eggs, one at a time, make a well, then break in the eggs one at a time. So here I used 4 eggs, so I made 4 holes, or should I say 4 egg holes. Usually you allow this to cook for about 5 minutes, but to simmer, not to cook, for about 5 minutes. But I would suggest, or I would say 5 minutes is too much. If you're using a le creuset like I'm using here, you want it to sort of simmer for about 2 minutes. I don't like my eggs running, so I let it simmer for even more time. Then add the charred cherry tomatoes. Then cover to simmer for a few seconds, because I did allow it to simmer for more than 1 minute, and you can see the eggs are looking like they're overcooked. Then switch off the heat and set aside. At this point, add the yogurt sauce. Mine is so thick because I used the raw tahini sauce, not the diluted one, so it was really thick. And I didn't even want it to be watery also. So at this point, you sort of garnish by adding cilantro. You can add less, you can add more. How beautiful. What do you guys think?